Hi everyone, it's Kevin. Today it's episode 23 of Print and Paint. I'm on my mini factory. I'm doing a model from Yasashi Kyojin. That's the Bulette or Bulette. There is at least 5 different ways to pronounce it, so just call it the way you want. It's a kind of D&D monster, I think. Really old, but kind of fun to paint, I think. So let's go. Okay, so here what I did, I just downsized the model a little bit. I keep the angle more or less the same. I think it was pretty fine the way it was. I'm using most of my support on the back of the head here. And then I'm trying to find some small island on the teeth and things like this. And then the rest of the support are gonna go a lot on the legs here hanging. And that's about it. It's not that hard. Everything is facing upward. The claw, the scale and everything, so it's mostly like structure and make sure you support the big part, and then that's it. Okay, so let's see what we have here. First the bullet. I've primed and zenithal highlight on top. I had to do a little bit of cleanup, obviously, especially here on the back of the head where most of the support were. This version is a bit different. Like what I mean, I had to reslice and redo the model. I had a couple of fails when I was printing and nothing was sticking on the build plate, so I re-leveled, cleaned everything. I resliced as well because sometimes you want to make sure even the slicer doesn't mess up with your print. This can happen. So I just redone the support and reslice. And this one is just the base, oval with a rock on top. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Let's go. Okay, so let's start with some base coating. Here I'm using a cold gray for the scales. I'm doing half of it because I'm gonna use another color for the other half. I'm using kind of ochre / copperish color here. So I just apply my base coat with the kind of shape that I want and where I want my color. And later on I'm just gonna try to blend everything together. So I'm glazing the cold gray backward here. Later on I'm just going more back and forth. I use a bit of the copper brownish after as well. I'm trying to smooth everything out. It's gonna take me a couple of coats and everything. I try to keep my strokes in one direction. What I mean, I want to try to give some texture as well on the scale, so I try to give some stroke straight parallel to the scale. Here I'm adding a little bit of darkness on the back of the scale as well. And for the highlight I'm going even further, so instead of smoothing everything out, I just keep the strokes straight and give some lines to really give a lot of texture in my scales. And here after a couple of coats I'm going one more time with some different line, brighter and brighter. And at the end I use some yellow on the tip. The reason was just to add more interest and just to try some different things. And in the end it's fine, I like it. Here I'm base coating the skin. I'm going for a green. I was not really sure. It was quite hard for me to choose the right color. With some looking back, I might have tried something different. But the green is fine, it's okay. After the base coat I'm dry brushing slowly with a couple of coats of different color, until it's a bit yellow, as you can see here on the side. And then I'm doing the underbelly and the underside of the monster here. I'm trying to adding this pale skin at the bottom, and after that I'm blending the green skin with the kind of bonish, palish color. After a couple of blending again, I'm defining some line here. There is a lot of folding skin behind the monster, and it's gonna give a lot of interest. That's what I was doing. Here's jumping on the base, some base color, some black wash, probably 2 coats I think of black wash, and dry brushing for the rock. Really straightforward, really easy. I just want to get it done. I know I'm just going to use a lot of stuff on top. Here I apply some PVA glue, then some texture on it. I want to keep those textures, so usually they are like gravel or rock. I want to keep them like dirt. Like not like dirt, but more like moss and dirt, kind of grass kind of feeling. So I'm using green, dry brushing on top. And when it's dry, I come back with some PVA. Here I'm gonna apply my grass. Okay, so I'm finished with the Bulette. I'm really happy with the painting process. I was kind of free into this one. I just jumped into it and I was like, okay, let's have some fun with colors, trying to have some blending on top with two different colors. So it was really just trying to have fun on it. The sculpt is really nice as well, really simple, but I really like it. And the result is nice. I'm really happy the way everything came out. You can always even play with more with color. You could paint 100 different style of this one, so that's cool. And yeah, the result with the base is really nice all together. So that's a really cool one. Really enjoyed it. We'll definitely try to play more with the color and just have some fun. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and if you want some more, make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, and see you next week for another one. Bye.